on, everybody? It is chest day, so just warming up with some rotator cuff warm-ups. Basically, this is the shoulder dislocator, or whatever you want to call it. Just about 10 times behind the back and in front. And started out with cable flies, and this I did everything today. Again, hypertrophy style, so 8x8, just 8 sets of 8 reps, 30 seconds rest in between. So the first one is slowed down to show you the rep tempo. Really try to get that squeeze at the end of the contraction, at the end of the lift. And this is going to focus on obviously the pectoral. And if you go underhand, I feel a lot more in my inner chest. Basically, whatever hand position feels best to you as far as which part you want to work. You have to play around with it to find out where you feel it in the chest. Next up was incline bench. I haven't done this in a while. I just stuck with 135. I might have even dropped it down towards the end, I think, to 115 because it got pretty tough. But here's the slow rep tempo again, or the normal speed to show you the rep tempo. And you want to go down to where your arms are just about perpendicular. There's no need to go any further. Some people like to say you can get a better stretch on the pectoral, but I feel a little bit more strain on my anterior delt and my rotator cuff, so I usually stop at 90-degree angles for my arms. The next exercise was incline dumbbell press. So I'm trying to work a lot of my upper chest here in both this exercise and the previous one, so I can bring that up. It's kind of a weakness for me. So as you can tell on both this one and the incline bench, I have my chest pushed out essentially, arching my lower back a little bit, which is usually not a good thing, but for chest exercises you really want to get your chest to kind of pop out. Do a quick stretch right there in between sets, just to stay loose. And again, 8x8, 30 seconds rest. And I continually moved down in weight because I lost strength over these sets. Next exercise was a machine bench press. And right here, you can see I test out the weight, and then I realize it's too heavy. So if you are just starting, try to get your weight first before you start bumping out an entire set and just waste it on some bad reps. So I lowered the weight, I believe 1 pin on this one, and then I went after it. And as you can see, if you look at my actual chest, it'll contract and kind of enlarge as I contract and get towards that end. You really want to get that squeeze at the top. And I take a really long time on the eccentric and the stretch at the bottom, just to accentuate the stretch on the pec without putting too much strain on the rotator cuff. So I switched over here to more of a neutral grip just to try it out, see how it felt, because I believe the normal grip that I did for the first set was kind of agitating my rotator cuff. So went back to the same grip as the first one for the next set, and I believe the rest of them just because it felt better.
What's going on? Pre-workout time. Because who needs a scooper when you have chunks? It's leg day. Let's get it done.
So this is going to be a very quick synopsis of the leg day, because I kind of forgot to record everything else other than this one. Just because leg day is so intense when you have that 8x8 30-second rest hypertrophy style training. So real quick, I started off with leg extensions, these hamstring curls, and then I jumped into back squats and front squats after my legs were warmed up. And I finished off with straight leg deadlift and the calf machine, as well as leg raises, all 8x8. So that was leg day, and it is pretty rough. When you get to those front squats, with only 30 seconds rest between each set of 8 reps, it gets pretty intense, and you just really got to dig deep and push through, because there's only 8 sets and it'll be over really quickly.
All the songs that she used to sing, all her favorite TV shows have gone out the window.